All right, I think we are live. So, I have Joel here. Um, so I think we'll be building a prognosis app. Basically, what it does is, um, when I was in uni, I built an app that helps you to diagnose your symptoms quicker and points you to the best medical practitioner or specialist. So basically, we'll be doing that, but using ChatGPT as our AI model. Yeah. So, but before that, guys, give me 1 minute whilst I send out the the links. All right. So, 1 second, and done. All right. Yeah. Let me sit down and let's get hacking. So, let's open VS Code. Um, Let me go into my projects.
What stack are we
Okay, so the stack I think we can use uh is between, I know I we can go for Node.JS TypeScript. We can go for React and Vue, but of late I'm leaning towards Vue because I'm actually enjoying Vue and their ecosystem, and I want to get better at Vue also. You get it? So yeah. So let between React and Vue, which one would you like to go?
Let's go with
We should go with Vue. Okay. Um. Okay. So NKDIR and Prognosis CD. Oh, let me just code into Prognosis. Yeah. Okay. So we have this here. Great. Um, I use PNPM. I can use, yeah. Let me just use npm. So create terminal. Let's create that terminal here. So for Node, you just need to have Node.js installed. If you want to know how to do that, you just go to Node.js, type it here, go node.js.org, download you can go for the LTS, long-term support, which is always the recommended, and it's very stable. Like, all bugs have been fixed and it's production ready. Or you can, if you want the blazing edge, but maybe you can get a few bugs here and there, you can try that one. It has new features, but you are likely to enter into bugs, probably. So it's at your own discretion. So yeah, download, install Node.js, and when done, it comes with npm. So yeah, you can do that. So whilst you have Node.js, to know if you have Node.js, just type in node, then type in -v. If you see a version number, it should tell you. Currently, I am on Node 18, but it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter because we'll hardly be using anything there. I think the same things that work on Node 18 should be able to work on Node 20-ish without any issues. Yeah. So the first thing we need to do is npm init. I think, yeah, it will ask us a couple of questions: the name of the app, prognosis, version 1, description. I will leave it empty. Entry point for now, let's call it index.js. Test command, don't have one yet, we won't set it for now, but I'll upload this project to GitHub and share it in the descriptions below later on after the live stream, so don't worry. Author, for now I'll leave it empty. License, yes, yes, and we go. So currently we have our package.json. I want to make this a workspace, so private to true. I don't know why you need to set private to true before you can set up workspaces, but hey, um, I'm not the one that actually created Node or the package.json. So yeah, um, so we have workspaces. One will have our app, our web app, right? Folder, and the other one will be our server. So those are the two folders in our app. So why we actually have workspaces is so that we can have, let's say, one single node modules folder, so that in case all dependencies for our project are installed in one node modules folder, so which is a good thing. So um, first let's start up uh, our Vue project, since we'll be using Vue. I think that's the easiest one. So if we go into Vue.js, it should give us the Vue.js home screen, get started, blah blah blah, got it. Um, get start, quick start. We are using npm, so it's npm create a Vue latest. So let's do that. Copy paste. Yes, project name app, like we did inside our workspace. TypeScript, yes, I really love TypeScript. JSX support, no, I actually don't enjoy Vue's JSX. It's almost like React, but I don't enjoy it that much. Vue router, uh, for now, yes, maybe. Penia, yes. Vtest, maybe we might be writing test later. End-to-end test, for now, it's a bit heavy, but we can skip that for now. But you need to add end-to-end test if you want something to go into production, so that you can test it before pushing it to live for your users. Otherwise things can break. Yeah. ESLint, yes, I want ESLint to shout at me when I'm not writing good code. Prettier, yes, and nice. So after that, it has given us the output saying cd into our app. So let's just do that. App and npm install, but you can just do npm I, and it's the same thing. So it will install. Npm run format, okay, this is really new. I don't know what npm run format is. So npm run format, what's that? In order to start an npm project, run npm init at the root, blah blah blah. You can run yarn command and it will run that command. Okay. Okay, so let's just follow it. Npm format, format. Okay, so I think it's okay. It's run prettier. Okay, then npm run dev. All right. So I think we are good. Let's see. It says localhost 5173. So localhost 5173, and we have our Vue app. Nice. So there's the documentation, tooling, ecosystem, community, and Vue support. Nice, with routing. So we have a full single page application. SPA. That's nice. But notice, because we are in a workspace, it didn't actually install the node modules. Even though you have a node modules here, it didn't actually install the node modules here. It's all the node modules are here, right? And it just links them in here. So in any other projects we work on that are in the workspaces route, if we add them to the workspaces and it's already in the node modules, it doesn't have to re-download it again, it just has to link it. That's the beauty of workspaces, so that we don't get too many node modules taking our disk spaces. It helps. So yeah, now let's just set up our server. Okay, I'm going to cheat a bit using ChatGPT to give us instructions on how to efficiently start up an Express server in TypeScript. So with GPT, what would be the best one? Steps in setting up an Express TypeScript server using, let me just say, use that. And TypeScript says a lot of libraries, blah 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 blah. Okay, so it says let's create a project. So server, and yeah, the same npm init. So for this, I'll create another terminal, right? Let's go into our server, npm init, server, blah 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 blah. Great, we have our server. Now the second step is install Express. Npm I Express. After that is done, since we should install TypeScript globally, so npm install -g or TypeScript script here. Then after that, it says we should install the TypeScript TS node and the TypeScript definitions. So npm I -d as in dev, right? Then TS node, then at types dot types node. Yep. Okay. Then to run TypeScript, install blah 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 and TS node blah blah blah. Install types for Express. Okay. So there are so many installations going on, but when we are done, we should have everything to start our project. So just bear with me. That's why I wanted to do the Vue first before we do the TypeScript. The server. So it says what? I lost track. Okay, dev dependency. So our types / Express. I should have done it together with the TS node and stuff. It's the same. All right. It says initiate TypeScript configurations, which is tsc init, copied, and which will create this file, right? So if you run tsc, it should just create this file. Then we need to create our main.ts. You can call it index or anything you want, or server.ts. So let's call it server.ts, right? Great. Now we can write a very simple sample Express app. So let's import Express. Oh, sorry, I thought I was using common from Express, and you see we can actually get the IntelliSense and stuff because TypeScript is awesome. It's not there yet like Rust, but we will manage it for now. So yeah, we have our ports, then we can do app dot get. Let's just create a dummy route for now, right? Let's just create a dummy route and say respond.json. I like my JSONs. Message welcome. Welcome to the API. Then the last thing is to listen. So app.listen to port 3000 that we just set in a variable app there, and we can say console.log listening for 3000, or we can actually do string interpolation to use the ports we had. We can say ports, right? So to say listening on, because of this backticks, you can use this inside this variable and it should say port 3000. So to run this command, all we need is something called node mon. So we can actually run ts node, right? That's why we installed it. Ts node, then server.ts, and we should have our server running. Okay, cannot find module express. Wow, but we installed express. So let's go and see. Did we install express? Okay, it says we didn't install express, but we thought we installed express. Let's see if it will add it to our JSON. Okay, now we have express. Now let's run our TS node again. You install the type definition. Okay, so right now we have our express server running. So if we go to our local host, not 5173 but 3000, and we have our API. So yeah, the next thing we need to do is so guys, Joe, quick one, which one should we start from, the server side or the UI? Basically
The
server
server side.
side. All right, so Joel says server side. All right, I think server side will be straightforward. So with our Prognosis app, we need OpenAI, right? And we need to get certain keys, right? So what we can do is, over here I'll create another folder called source, right? And I'll create a config file.ts, and what this config file will do will export our API keys. Normally you need to put this in environmental variables, so I think the best thing to do is put it in envs, or for fun's sake, let's just put it here for fun's sake. So OpenAI OpenAI API key, right? So it says we should put it here. Create an env, but we are just blazing through. We'll come and fix it later. Oh, let's just do this thing right once and for all. Okay, so env. So let's copy this, put it here, it's equal to something. So the good thing is already it's trying to give us this, but you need to sign up to OpenAI, sorry, not API, OpenAI, get your own API key, right? I'm sorry about that. Let me try this here. Log in, get your own API key. It costs, honestly, it costs, but if you want a free version, and try to use it, there's this thing called Olama. You can install it. It's like a chat GPT, but locally. You can download it. I think they have a Windows beta. Download it and use the LLM. I think they do have HTTP support, whereby you can call your machine like a server and use it. So in case OpenAI is expensive for you, you can use Olama. I've used it, but if you want me to go through and show you how to use it too, just let me know in the comments, okay? Because I'm really impressed with this. Right, so let's stick to the topic. So yeah, so I'll sign in, copy my API key, and we would use it, okay? But for us to be sure that this works, I just want to log this, right, inside config. This is bad. Never do this. Never in your lifetime ever do this. So we need to stop our server, run it, and check if we do have config. So currently the envs aren't being loaded. Why? Because Node.js doesn't automatically include envs. So what we need to do is install a package called .env. So let me see. .env. Yeah. So yeah, .env, and it supports TypeScript. So that's great. So npm i.env, and we install. So what we can do is go inside our configs folder, import from, let's call it .env, from .env, and call the .env config. So this .env.config actually imports the environment folder, environment variables into the process.env. So whilst you call it this way, it loads up everything. So if we run ts node server and the server runs, we should now get something beautiful. Voila. So yeah, so I'll just copy my OpenAI keys off screen so that you guys don't go and use it. Right, okay, so give me 1 second whilst I do this. I need to actually log in. Yeah, so to have this, let me drag this off screen. Right, I am human, not a bot. Log in. API. Wow, they did change their UI. It's been a very long while since I actually used OpenAI's dashboard. So settings, I think. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Things have really changed. Okay, API key. Seen it. So let's create a new one and call it YouTube API key. No, let's call it Prognosis API key. And create, copy, and paste it here. And close. Okay. Oh shit. You guys didn't see that. I'll delete it. So yeah, you guys don't have to see that. Oh, I'll create a new one. YT link. I've deleted it, so you can't use it. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, copy and Yeah, this is why I don't like doing live streams. Because live streams you can leak. Oh, okay. I think I need to move this whole window out. Yeah. So let's delete this again. Revoke key. Create. YT. Create. Copy. And open envs. This time remove it, bring it back, and we good. All right, so not to click this, we'll leave it there. Right, so yeah, the only thing I need to remove is this, since now we know we can get our m's. Right, all right, so here I'll create a class. Joe, functional or OOP?
That'll be fine.
We should do functional. All right. So let's call it. So we'll have. Should we do MVC model view controller, or we should just hack it through? Joe, just hack it through.
Yeah.
Okay, hack it through. So now best practices. This is just a way to get things done as quickly as possible. Like you want to show somebody something. Yeah. All right. So naming is very, very difficult, honestly. Okay. So let's call it AI model, right? We don't know what model we are going to use. We are going to export certain functions. So since I like to use hooks, let's call it use AI model, right? Let's import from config, right? And cost. All right. We don't want to use this. Okay. So if we do not have any OpenAI, we throw an error. Right? Great. Be the 10x coder. Don't stop using ChatGPT. So yeah. So the first thing to do is get a prompt, and the prompt is supposed to tell ChatGPT how to take the user's data and answer. So I already have a starter prompt. Alice, you're on YouTube, by the way. Let's come and say hi. You're live.
I just fucking woke up.
Oh, okay. You see, that's why I didn't make it a children's channel. So I'm still trying to look for that prompt. Let's put this prompt here. So I'll add the comments and paste it here. It's a really long prompt, but you guys can read about it. I had to modify it over and over and over. Current symptoms, node, you, blah 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 blah, individuals, each question. So you guys can actually read through it. So basically what we want is that the JSON below wrap is the initial prognosis, right? And this below, sorry, let me copy the prognosis. So basically this is the prognosis we want to send ChatGPT, right? We send it a JSON and we say, I feel like I have a severe headache, right? So it's supposed to evaluate the symptoms in here, which is I feel that's cold and headache, but severe, so severe headache. So those are the two symptoms, right? In the initial initial message, prognosis, and add them to a property called current sentence node. So it will take the same thing and add, you are to give all available multi-choice or single questions to ask to get to the individual's diagnosis as quickly as possible in a questions node. So it will create a questions node and ask questions in there. Simple. Each question should come with its corresponding answers and associated symptoms. Question that symptoms to the question that can be added to the current sentence node. Return me only JSON. Basically, why this this is a very key thing to ask. Why? Because when it starts to spew out gibberish, but because we want it in JSON, it will just give us the JSON output without adding any other text, so that we can pass it and use it in our program. So what we want to do is create a function called not initiate message, but more of like diagnose diagnose symptoms. Right, so we get the initial message. So what we need to do is look up OpenAI's docs. Let me just look it up and pull that out. Yeah, and documentation. Yes, great. Yeah, docs. And we want not find, not any text generation. So let me just print this here. So they have an node modules API. So let's do that. So stop the server, PMI, OpenAI. So whilst it's installing, it says we need to import it, create a new instance, then call the open chat completions of create and pass it to messages and modules. Okay. So to do that, let's create the instance here. AI instance. So import OpenAI from OpenAI, new OpenAI with a key. Did it say we needed a key? No, we don't need a key. So why are we supposed to pass in our key? That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's see why. So let's call this API key for short. Or other options to your base, blah 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 blah. I don't need any of this. Just need the API key. So let's copy this and use this API key. Alrighty. Let me put this here so that I don't need to go back and forth. So we need to open API chat completion create. So note, you see we get to see something called role system. So system is like we telling it, then the user basically prompts, right? So the role is giving instruction to ChatGPT that, hey, we want to do this. So whenever the user does something, do it this way, like giving instruction. Then when the user prompts, ChatGPT will give. Then when it returns, that's the assistant. So to get context, when it returns the completion, you add it and name it assistant, in a sense. But for now, we don't need the assistant part, right? So let's get to it. So for now, let's say const completion oh sorry, completion score 2 dot, but this one I like TypeScript, so chat dot completions dot create. So over here we create our first row. I want to use which one should we use? Table. Let's use ChatGPT 4 with this one, right? And messages, right? So the first one, we have the role, which is system. So we have assistant function, system tool, user. I don't know what the tool is for. I have to go and search. I don't know. We have system, what we want. Then it's content, right? So content. So we can name this the initial message, which I already have. So let me use that one over here, right? So const system instructions. Okay, let me do a double quote because I'm using single quotes. Okay, let me use backticks. Backticks will help me easier. Make things easier. This is not a full functional course. This is just me hacking through things, not following too many best practices in a sense. So bear with me. System instructions. So yeah, then since we've given that, we give the role user initial message. So we need to await this. And we can't await this, we need to make this a string. And yeah, so now because we have this function, we can return it called diagnose sentence, right? So let's create an API and say app dot post diagnose. I don't want to give it names. Let's import AI model, source AI model called, or use AI model. So const is going to use AI model, and we can just get our function, right? Diagnose sentence. So let's get the initial message from our post request, call await diagnosis. Now this completion, we have to go back. There's an issue. This completion returns as a string, right? Even though we told it to return a JSON, it will return as a JSON string. So let's call it JSON str, right? So what we need to do is pass it, right? So we need to take, okay, let's call it completion, right? Actually, it's the completion. So const JSON str is going to be the completion of that data. And inside ChatGPT it says what? Completion the choices, not completion the data, the choices. So completion the choices, the message, the content. So this will return as JSON string. And if I hover over it, there should be a string or no. Yeah. So let's be a bit safe about it. If no JSON, no diagnosis found. Perfect. So that when it throws an error. So const diagnosis is like we pass the JSON string into a proper JSON, then we return the JSON. Right? So that's the thing we need to do. Pass it how we want it. And now, since we've gotten the diagnosis, we can response.json like JSON string. So let's test this out. Right? So ts node server.ts. I'm going to push this here for now, and let's test our server. So if I run, we should get this. We need a way to test our post request, and to do that we can use something called postman. Yeah, I don't know, we can use postman, or there was this extension I had, Thunder Client. Okay, yes, Thunder Client. You can install it inside VS Code to test your REST APIs. It's really nice. I actually used it. Thanks again, Joel, coming to save. Yeah, so let's create a new request. Copy our URL, paste it in, slash what per se, diagnose. Alright, and it's a post request, like we have here, post request diagnose. The body is going to be a JSON, and it's going to be initial message, and we're going to say Joel, can you give me like symptoms, initial symptoms when you go to the doctor? Your pelvic is hurting or something, or I feel pain in, at the back of my butt. Yeah, butt is double T or one T? Double T, butt. And it throbs. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, I got an error, cannot read the initial message. Wow, cannot read initial message of undefined. Oh, I know why. Express needs body parser. Yeah, so we need a way to parse our body. Looking at it, we don't have anything in this body, so it's something called body parser. Please be in TypeScript. So not everything is in TypeScript. Body parser, there it is. So it has type declarations. So npm body parser, then npm minus d types / body parser. Then how do you use body parser again? Okay, import body parser from body parser. Then after we instantiate our app, let me do it just here, app.use body parsers JSON. So with this, we should be able to now run our server and passing the data we need. So fingers crossed, may the demo gods be with me. And so what it does is it will connect to OpenAI server as ChatGPT. ChatGPT will generate everything. It takes a while. Actually, ChatGPT Turbo is supposed to be faster, but yeah. So as we have it, you can see I feel cold with severe headaches. Current symptoms: feeling cold, severe headache. Did I say I feel cold with severe headache? Oh, back pain. Oh, I feel cold with a severe headache. I feel pain in my back. Okay. So I think our prompt is a bit wacky. Alright. our prompt is a bit wacky. So let's go and fix our prompt, because we give it this first, then the JSON below wrapped is the initial okay. So okay, I get it. So I don't think we do need the first one, right? So I can just remove this and call this initial message, and remove this. We don't need this time. We don't need it. So this will work. But I keep on hating actually how will I say it? Stopping the server, running the server, stopping the server. So what we are going to do is we are going to install something called NodeMon, right? So what it does is NodeMon would listen to our file changes. So I'll install it globally -g, right? To listen to our file changes, and when something changes, it will restart our server. So something really quick, because I don't like stopping the server, starting the server. So what we can go and do is inside our server package.json, let's add a script, right? Let's call it dev, yeah, and we'll run nodemon --, because we are going to execute a model which is ts node. So write exec ts node, and like it said, source, but we are running server.ts, not source.index.ts. so server.ts. Sometimes it gives you the right direction, but never trust it fully. So npm run dev, and we should have our server running. Nice. See, it's running flawlessly. So if I were to change something, like give it a space and hit enter, it will just restart the server, and we should be good. Yeah. So let's run our request again. This time it should work. Should take like some time. I don't charge GPT-4 is slow, but I'm just giving you the gist of how it should go. Yeah, this is taking a while. I think I need to sing for you guys to entertain you. So, okay, I didn't need to do that. All right. So, currently, this is how it gave it to us. I don't like this, so we're going to modify our prompt a bit. So let's try to modify our prompt a bit. It gives us what we wanted. Current sentence, it put the sentence there and it gives us the question. But one, I wanted to standardize the payload a bit. So where we have current symptoms, prognosis individual. Let me expand this a bit for you guys. Symptoms initial current symptoms called property called and add them to a property prognosis node, which is an array. The questions part is question how long have you been experiencing the pain, answer type great, answers few hours, few days, associated symptoms chronic or acute. I don't want this. I don't want this. I think I need to give it more detail on how I actually want it. This is really nice, giving me ideas on how to use this, right? So let's change this up a bit. All right. I'm not going to add this. So this is going to be so so yeah, string, so that it knows it's a string. I like the questions part. Answer type, it should be single. I just want to keep it short, and it should be type. Then the answers is what were paying at back few hours. So I want paying at back at but few days or something. By you, I'll leave it to ChatGPT to think of something, right? But I don't want it in a string format. So what I want is not associated sentence. I don't want associated sentence. So answer few days sim. Okay, I'll leave it to chronic or acute. Answer dot sim something dot. So something like this. Then I can remove this. Then I can duplicate this. Alright. Then I can do multiple and no, I'll do dot so that we know which ones to select and go for. I think this should be good. So we save that and it restarts the server, and let's try this once again. We want a very predictable standard way for ChatGPT to give us answers. So back pain, problem pain, questions, that's blah blah blah, great. Answer yes, pain increase on movement. That's how we want it to know. No changes in pain during movement. It's nice. So we want to say, so it just stops at the multiple choice. Please. We don't want that. Dot. So you should be able to ask more. Let's see if it can understand this. Please do understand this. Oh. response or yeah, let's try this one more time. I like it. It's improving, but you get the gist. So the next one is to give it the same format, but if it sees that it can't get it's not confident in giving us a result, then it added to the comments. Above the JSON initial request, the JSON below should have to prognosis available. Return me only JSON using the let's see. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, so we've been live streaming for about an hour. Wow. Alright, so yeah. So I think for now we will stop streaming and we will continue tomorrow. But so far so good. I think we've gotten what we wanted. So we said I feel pain at but at the back, right? ChatGPT, understand, at the back of my butt, and it throbs. So pain in buttocks, throbbing pain. Great. Have you had any recent injuries in affected area? It's a single answer, yes or no. So recent injury, no. Does the pain increase while sitting or standing? So you see now it continues. So it continues to, you know, again, do the pain increase while sitting or standing? Multiple. Increase while standing, increase while standing. Sitting, standing. Increases in both situations. Increase in either. Okay. Have you noticed any changes in your bowel bladder function? Okay. Single. Have you experienced any pain weight loss? Okay. So yeah, we can use this, and later on, next time on the stream, probably tomorrow or Friday, or Friday, we'll continue from here and see how we can actually take this and get, let's say, our results on what probably the user might have and what specialists we're going to see. So it was a blast. Sorry for me ranting. Basically this is how the channel works. I don't want to script too much. I just want us to build stuff. So stay tuned. I'll create a schedule for the next one, but don't worry, I'll push this to GitHub so you can see the code and do whatever you have to do. But always remember, for this to work, you need to sign up into OpenAI and get the API keys. If you can't, you can leave a comment in the description. If you want to use Olama, I can take us through, modify this code a bit, put in Olama, and we should be good. Alright, catch you guys.